Okay. Good morning. I just made the best cup of blah 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 blah. The best cup of coffee today. On Friday, I made coffee that was so freaking horrible. That it was like tar, not enough sugar or milk could help it. It was, I don't know what the heck I did, but I obviously put extra scoops or something. Okay, so again, I'm just winging this. But I wanted to share something that happened over the weekend. Since Easton has been home, he's been doing wonderful. Coping skills, using his coping skills. You know, we try to limit the amount of triggers and the amount of stimulation and anything that could be just overstimulating or just too much, overwhelming. Well, we got asked to go camping, and these people were amazing, okay, and laughing and just straight up amazing people, and I'm glad I met all of them, and I was so happy I got asked to go. We ran into our first episode, but he handled it very well. We got there, and the boys went swimming, and they were just so excited to be there. And then out of nowhere, Easton's ready to go. He wanted to go home and talk to somebody that was online. So, of course, I said, well, let's go for a walk. Let's talk a little bit. He wasn't having it. He was instantly just fine and then ready to go. And he's like, I'm walking home. So he starts walking from Cayuga. But he did amazing because he just went up the road. He walked it off and he came back. I was so proud of him for that. He did sit in the distance and put his head down and was kind of snappy when everybody was asking him if he wanted to go on the kayaks, and he wanted to do this and that, and I appreciate that so much. What a lot of people don't understand is once they get in that mind of I don't want to or uncomfortable, it is easier to shut out and not talk, not be disturbed, than to be coaxed into trying to do something. A child that has not been abused, who has not been emotionally tore down, would eventually snap out of something like that and be like, oh yeah, the kayaks, or oh yeah, or eventually get out of that mindset, if just left alone. In our case, I know he needs left alone. He don't want to be talked to. It's just best to just walk away from him. And I would go up and, see if he needed anything, and he'd be snappy, just get away from me. It's easier just to let him go. He ended up falling asleep, and it was in the rocks, in the gravel, and, everybody was kind of concerned, and I understand that. As a mom dealing with this trauma, where he falls asleep, where he's at, you just let him stay. Don't wake him up, just let him be. And that is what I did, and I called for a ride, and she came and got us, thankfully. He napped, we got home, it's been amazing. I haven't got to talk to him yet about, what happened. I don't know if something, he saw something, or, something that just kind of set his mind into, I don't want to be here, I want to go now. The thing with kids that suffer with PTSD and trauma is now. They want to leave now. They want to get away now. They don't want to talk. They want to go now. And you have to, respect that. It's a shame, because he wanted to go so bad and he loved it. I think being in a crowd of people that he did not know, and he's not ready for that conversation and stimulation, but he tried. And I was so proud of him for trying and doing it. And we got home, and the other two boys were bummed and stuff, but in this family, no one fights alone. So we came home, we cooked on the grill, and he had a great night with his brothers. It wasn't brought up, it was all good. I may not even bring up what happened yesterday. I might just let it go. But I am now aware that I have to be prepared for our plans to just be shut down. It's sad, because what kid wouldn't want to be out in the woods? And my boys, especially, like, I'm serious. Like, when I was with Jimmy, like, we camped. We never wanted to leave. Now I see how serious this is, and that if we go camping or something, or I take the boys to do something, it's going to have to be just us and maybe one other, maybe two other people that they get along with or know. But it was it was definitely something where I felt like, God, I'm not letting my kid lay there in the dirt. And they're like, oh, you should, God love him, maybe there's somewhere he can lay. And I'm like, no, he's fine. And it's like, you feel like I see him laying there in the rocks, and he's sleeping. But it's the best thing, is just to let him be. And he couldn't believe we were home. When I woke him up, we were home. And he was happy, and he was kissing all over my cheeks, and completely just got out of that. Just kind of forgot what happened. And I think that too, with trauma, is they don't really remember. It's more of just a shutdown. But I just wanted to share that. If, anybody out there suffers with the same, the child suffers with the same, or you suffer with the same type of deal, where it's like, you don't know, you're fine 1 minute and then you're not. And when you're not, you're not, and the best thing to do is just respect it. Whoever you're with, or any child, it's just best to, just respect it. And I just got this new flag on my porch, and it says, in this family, no one fights alone, suicide awareness and prevention. And I love it. And I feel a lot of people out there would definitely respect that hanging there, because we're in this together. All of our family, like, we have stories. We all have stories. And just know you're not alone. And if you're dealing with something like that, or your child did something and you're unsure of why, you can Google stuff like that about trauma, what happens. Just there's books to read, and you can always reach out to me. I would love to give you some advice or some tips on the stuff that I deal with and how I get through it. And it's okay. Like, no judgment here. So thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. And I hope you guys all have a good week. I know school is starting. Us moms, I know it's and dads, it's a lot more difficult for us, I think, because here we go. But good luck, and have a good day.